If you want to know what the face of evil looks like, look no further. His name, Donald Smith. A 61-year-old sicko who smiled for the cameras just minutes after a jury heard the disgusting details of what he had done to an 8-year-old girl.
He wrapped it around that little girl's neck, and he strangled the life out of her.
Testimony so graphic and so emotional, one witness had to stop.
I'm sorry, I have to take a break.
Today, we've got all the heartbreaking and dramatic moments from inside this Jacksonville courtroom.
I started to panic.
And the verdict is in. It's June 21st. Cherish Perrywinkle walks alongside a man who looks like her grandpa, skipping after him as he walks out the front door. But this is not what it seems, and to understand how things got to this point, you need to rewind to a few hours earlier.
He said, "You look like you have your hands full. I have a couple of little ones."
On the witness stand, Cherish's mother, Rain, describes how she came to know Donald Smith. She was shopping for clothes at a Dollar General with Cherish and her 2 sisters, but couldn't afford to get everything they wanted. That's when Smith said,
"If you really want that dress, I'll get it for you."
At first, Rain says she was suspicious, but Smith insisted he just wanted to help, even showing her his driver's license to assure her.
He said, I have a $150 gift card. I'm waiting on my wife."
Store surveillance would show them waiting for that wife for nearly a half hour in the parking lot before Smith made another offer. His wife was headed to Walmart, drive over with him, and finish their shopping there.
He looked into my face and told me I was safe.
Did you want to believe him?
Yes, very much so.
The mother and her 3 girls head inside Walmart. That's Cherish in an orange dress and flip-flops. And as the Perrywinkles try on clothes, Smith joins them.
He was just walking around watching us. I asked him, "Where's your wife?"
What did he say?
"She's coming."
As they load the cart with dresses and shoes, Smith only adds one item, one that would take on new meaning in the hours to come.
Does that photograph show the bundle of rope that the defendant placed into the shopping cart while you were shopping at Walmart?
Yes.
At that point, it was 10 p.m. Perrywinkle's 3 girls were getting fussy and hungry. Smith had a solution for that as well.
He used his hand and he said, "I'm going to McDonald's. What do you want to eat?"
Smith then takes off toward the McDonald's inside the store. Cherish follows.
Why did you feel it okay to let Cherish walk to McDonald's with the defendant?
If he would have asked me if he could take her, I would have said no. But because McDonald's is inside Walmart with people around, I knew she would never leave.
But somehow Smith convinces Cherish to leave. First, they pause by the front door. Then moments later, she skips out behind him and gets into his white van. As he drives off, a witness tells police the van stopped. The driver looked her in the eye and said with a smile, "We're going to get cheeseburgers." Minutes later, Rain hears a message on the overhead speaker. The store is closing.
Then I looked through every aisle at the register. There was no one there. I started to panic. I was yelling, "Call 911, my daughter's been taken."
With tears streaming down her face, Rain listened to that call on the witness stand.
"My daughter's been taken."
What do you mean?
"Taken by a stranger. I can't find her."
Her panic has now become pure fear.
He wanted her to buy these really tall shoes that were women's shoes, and I told him no. I said they're too high for her. I wouldn't even wear shoes that high. Maybe he was grooming her. I hope to God he doesn't kill her, and I hope to God he doesn't rape her.
When your daughter followed after this defendant towards McDonald's, was that the last time you ever saw your daughter alive?
Yes.
Cops rushed to the Walmart, Rain providing them with a key detail.
He said his name is Dawn.
As in Donald Smith. And cops know him well. He has a rap sheet going back nearly 4 decades. The pervert had just been released from prison 3 weeks earlier. Sheriff's deputies searched all night. The next morning, a tip comes into 911.
Hi, we're calling about a suspicious van over here, a white van. It was parked behind some bushes, really deep.
A short time later, cops corner Smith's white van on Interstate 95.
Take your hands, take them outside the vehicle window.
He's busted, wearing the same t-shirt he had on in the Walmart and dripping wet from the waist down. But where is Cherish? 15 minutes later, they discover her body by a creek behind this Baptist church. Smith would be charged with multiple felonies, including first-degree murder. But his depravity wouldn't stop there. In court, prosecutors played a conversation taped from behind bars between Smith and a fellow inmate after the pair watched a group touring the prison.
You know how old they are? About 12. And you still think she's 12? Yeah. That's right up my alley right there. Huh? That's my target area right there. That's what I go after. Yeah, I like to run into her at Walmart.
As the recording was played, Smith sat quietly, seeming to enjoy the looks of revulsion on the jurors' faces as they listened, and he would have the same demeanor as the medical examiner described the horrors Cherish endured, at one point becoming too emotional to go on.
I'm sorry, I have to take a break. Can I just have like 5 minutes?
What she couldn't say, prosecutor Mark Khalil would say in his closing arguments. We want to warn you, some of the details are quite disturbing.
He selected her. He lured her away from her family. He made her feel safe through his lies and his deception. And then he preyed upon her. He raped her. He sodomized her, tore her apart. And then he took something. He wrapped it around that little girl's neck, and he strangled the life out of her.
Smith's defense team wouldn't even address the jury. The perverted predator and admitted crack addict telling them not to bother.
You do not wish to call any witnesses, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The case would go to the jury, and in only 15 minutes, a decision was made.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment.
Guilty on all counts. The jury also recommending Smith receive the death penalty. Dina Thompson spoke on Rain's behalf. Dina knows all too well what the grieving mother is going through. Her daughter, Summer, was also kidnapped and killed.
I'm here to support Rain. Any mother who gets put in this position, the same as mine, deserves to have somebody standing beside her who knows exactly what she's going through right now.
She urges the community to show compassion for a mother who is forced to live the rest of her life replaying those moments inside of Walmart.
We are the fighters for these children, and that we're here to try to help another mother, another child not have to go through something like this.
I'm joined now by News 4 Jack's anchor Janice Harris, who was in the courtroom for the trial. Janice, I've seen some pretty bad guys in my time, but this guy, Donald Smith, is about as evil as they come.
Chris, during the trial, Smith winked at a courtroom camera. Then after closing arguments, Smith was about to leave the courtroom. Then he paused, asked one of his attorneys if he could take a photo. The attorney appeared to agree, and then Donald Smith posed for a courtroom photographer.
Perrywinkle also lost custody of her other children following the murder. Where are they now?
Her sisters are far away from Donald Smith. The girls were adopted in June 2013 by their aunt, who lives in Australia.
Janice Harris from our affiliate Newsjax 4, thanks so much. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.